hard. Okay, hold on. I've done a hard restart on the stream. Let's see. Testing. Let me also reset these. Oh, okay. Can you hear the game? Okay, good. Okay, wait, what happened? What? That didn't take it? Okay. What about you, Reika? Is it okay? Okay. Yeah, it's totally the fact that it's bitten, but I don't either. I didn't see what happened there when I said that.
Got it!
Okay, what the hell is it? I didn't even see what it said before. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, yeah, I'm going to. Hold on. Wow, that fucked me. Okay, hold on. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding to. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is the new clue to be found? Wait, I don't understand. What does that mean? Oh, just use your headset. I'm sorry, baby. Okay. Side of the steak. No, I'm not seeing anything. I swear, it's the fact that it's been bitten out of. Maybe I had to do it from like the side like this? Oh, I got that? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoi era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoi Koban? Yes. And apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. When requesting it? This isn't the first time today there's been talk of a Hoi Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bouillon in bouillon. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... I certainly never expected to find a precious coin of this. Okay, hold on. It's well marinated in the juices as well, look. What, are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. I think you might have got the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A Koban coin under the steak. There's only one logical explanation. This is definitely then... Oh, I have to push R.
Got it!
There we go. Good gracious. But I want to point out, I was still correct. This is still the sergeant's steak, and he was still biting it. That's why there's big bite marks. I was still correct. It's just not exactly what the game wanted me to find. What on earth? A Hoy era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? That's... Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part in it.
Attention!
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoy Kaban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency, Ghost Council, a rare Hoy Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
Attention!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is relevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's easy. Yeah, I've got an okay stream, as far as I can tell. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what's going on under that steak. Alright guys, you know what? Actually, I do have to pee real fast. Rick is having a little bit of technical issues. I gotta go to the bathroom. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. Be right back, boys. Holy crap, saw this just before I got up to leave. Ruby JP, thank you so much for following. Means a lot to me. Thank you so much. All right, boys, I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. Okay, I am back. Oh, by the way, the okay. The sound actually cut out, by the way, because I was tabbed off of the game. There was a drop in my outgoing kilobits per second, but I think I've got that resolved right now. All right. Yeah, no, the sound, okay, as I just said, the sound issue seems to have been because I had tabbed out of the game and I didn't have my earphones in, so I didn't notice that it wasn't doing sound. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, it seems okay now. Yeah, it was part of me trying to make sure that the thing didn't happen anymore, like the problems I was having there. And as part of that, the game audio cut out. I thought it was still going. What? You're live? Live? You're live. You guys cannot see or hear the game? Okay, hold on. All right, yeah, can you see? Can you see the game, though? Because right now, Reika's saying she can't see the game. Did you factor in the delay, baby? Okay. All right, it seems we're all okay. Let's just continue. The owner? Yes, it's obvious there's only one person it can belong to. Okay, so basically, TLDR, I know there's been a lot of issues here just now, but this is actually the stake of ES Nosa, which I want to point out, I said it was in the first place. Yes, just the sort of person to have precious Koban like that. What do you mean, no, come on? What? But it's not, it's his fucking stake. I swear to God, this goddamn game. It's his fucking stake. I know it's, okay, the coin is the old man's. The stake is not the old man's. Why is the old man looking around on the floor for a coin he put under his own stake? Yuri, as in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Oh, yes. The old man who testified earlier. Okay, now wait, were they asking about whose stake it is, or were they asking about whose coin it is? Because I can't tell because I've been busy with all this crap I've been dealing with. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. Yeah, he was looking on the floor under the table for it. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy. What were you doing? Benedict Cumberbatch is the old man. He cannot say penguins. Oh, wait, no, hold on, it seems okay, it seems okay. Oh, shoot, is Twitch fucking up? I can't tell when Twitch is messing up. I can only see if there's a problem with on my like computer side. Okay. Well, I don't know. Twitch is going fucked up or something right now, but my computer, everything is showing green and fine. My internet's fine. Then this Hoere Koban. Do you mean to tell me? No. Please, why would Korikuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense. Yes, okay. They were asking about the coin before, not about the steak. The steak belongs to the fucking sergeant, and I just wish I could say that. Which is why I'm asking to bring Korikuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. See, and then this is where I'm going to be talking to cucumber Benedict-san. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this koban, we'll find that it's key element in this case. But yeah, we're going to be questioning the old man, and that's when we're going to see that this guy here is like going crazy. And we'll be able to go over and question him.
What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Exploited by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korakuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves,
That's it, the one, the very one, the very exact one that is, it is the resplendent, splendiferous Hoy treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be.
As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwich? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoy treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an inconscionable thing?
Dots.
Dots.
Dots. Excuse me, could I say something?
Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
How wide is this fucking witness stand?
I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover at the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected.
So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it?
Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief.
So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis.
The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems.
Tell you what, I am not eating there again. They are getting a real bad review on 1800's Yelp. On the bulletin board. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korakuta-san's koban is all too clear.
What?
What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korakuta-san's koban and hid it under the steak?
Okay, we're gonna see if they'll let me make the choose the baby.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Iyesa Nosa. What? How? How dare you, you monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido is the mastermind behind all this. Miss Jezebel is fucking the busboy. They work together to steal stuff and kill people. All. Good job, Cootie Cat. You cracked this case wide open. Dots. 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 You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. Dots. Ugh. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity. Gah! This fucking game. Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iyesa Nosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those who it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son! That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. I called it, boys. I called it. I said it right there and then. I said it. It was his steak because he's just stabbing it and chomping it without using a knife. And your target that day was the old man and his koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
A veritable phantom thief you are.
I was all set to leave the steak as I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. Dots. Dots.
Dots. Dots.
Dots. That's your guys' dots to say. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett?
Of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency.
Indeed. What the fuck are you doing? That's not her steak. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Nonsense, is it? Oof.
As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming.
Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words that got me thinking. Can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up.
If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard.
Sorry?
You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brett.
What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Attention!
What new student nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction.
I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it?
Okay, so now do I get to click on the actual bite marks on this thing?
Take that!
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency, the steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
No, you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Noticed what exactly, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could ever contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak, in particular, the edge where it's been eaten. It's like a 3-day-old steak. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Oh,
Dots.
Ah!
it looks like Miss Brett has realized something.
So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Attention!
No, we've got the knife. We've got a picture of the knife.
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry.
Dots?
Oh, whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course, this will be over in a blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Just leave everything.
I've heard enough. Your irritating little spectacled samurai relic.
Of course, dear lady.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers?
Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her.
Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
Yes, now at last, it's all coming together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the blood stain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak were, amount to conclusive evidence in this case. These things are blinding me.
Evidence that will prove beyond a doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been... What?
Just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist. Don't say empty the Pearl Harbor. Yo!
This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair?
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga.
What? I have it?
Yes.
You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous.
No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak, and as well as admitting to stealing Korekuta's-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
Teen Shun! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table.
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over.
Dots.
Dots.
Dots! Dots?
You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin under it. But then when the waiter announced that he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched the stakes with the one on the foreign ladies' table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga.
He said he took both.
Yes?
Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
Ah!
Oh man, look at that. She is squirming, boys.
That's correct.
Then please, present it to the court now.
The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. I can't have the slightest bearing on this case.
No, you're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady.
I beg your pardon.
Surely, you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no?
Humph, you're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table, directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I know I said splattering instead of spattering, but they both work.
I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show me the evidence to the court. You will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir.
I'm a slow typer, hold on.
Sorry for keeping you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this trial to be prolonged because we find out that the spattering of blood is like from his fucking like, yeah, he spat it up on the plate when he was carrying it out from the kitchen. Just fucking watch.
Please feel free to examine it.
Well, there's the obvious, there's the obvious blood spatter, and or spatter. Sorry, spatter. And look, there's the knife cut. It's clearly visible,
Yes!
look. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that the moment the victim was shot, facing the table with his back to me.
In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim.
Ah! It can't be.
In fact, there was only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you!
That's not done by a Japanese.
Wow. Wow. That letter A in there is not okay. That is not okay.
Me? By a Japanese school. Okay, see, that one there is actually okay. No.
It was the swan.
She just ascended. What?
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna highlight that myself. I'm gonna clip that myself later. Holy shit! What the fuck?
Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Dots. Gladly, Your Excellency.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make a highlight of that.
It was I who took the professor's life, using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water, because curare is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed.
They barely have a court system. Like, up until now, I'm guessing they were just, like, killing anybody the Shogun didn't like. So, like, I don't think they have any rights.
Meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed.
Sorry, guys, if you hear dog barking. The dogs are playing right now. I'll go break him up if it continues to him.
In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair, such that he wouldn't fall.
Daniel, stop. Oh, that Daniel boy. It's Nathaniel, all right.
There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
Dots. I had happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage.
Always carried a gun? Like concealed? Wasn't an English professor. This guy was from America.
I had the bottle of curare in my handbag.
And my own pistol concealed under my skirt! Holy shit, Cody, Cat, and Reiko were right! She had a fucking pussy pistol!
Under your skirt?
Okay, she was referring to a thigh strap, but my wife did just motion to show me where it could be hidden. But she was referencing a thigh strap with a holster on it. So I was right. There were 2 guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I wouldn't notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around. Just a moment, I gotta go. You know, I'm gonna come back with Miko. That'll break him up. She was very squirrely.
Look, it's Miko.
Hi, Miko, baby. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's my Miko. Miko, say something to the people. Right in here. Say something. Nah, she's not saying anything. Oh man, the pork chops were fire. Man, pork chops sound good. I haven't had pork chops in a while. Dude, are you eating them with applesauce? That's how I always eat my pork chops. Yeah, it's Miko. Because, of course, we needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he had picked up the gun. That's everyone's thoughts. So, there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. You fucking killed a guy, and we're going to let a student take the blame. Dots. Dots.
Dots.
Your Excellency?
Yes.
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Oh, rice and gravy with eggs sounds good too. Ooh, okay, wait, what kind of gravy are we talking about? Give me the deets on that gravy, yo.
It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement?
This can't be. Taketsuchi Aochi does not lose. Not like this. This rookie student.
You better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ah! Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? Yes?
This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten.
This guy, by the way, because the main character is an ancestor of Phoenix Wright. This guy is an ancestor of another lawyer that looks very much like him in the modern time games. She gets to suck dick and walk away from murder. I don't think she's walking away from murder. I think she's going to the prison right now.
You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. The new with flowing headbands and katanas. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that.
Oh, god damn it. What are you doing, Kazuma? What the fuck? What?
1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan.
But what if, huh? Yeah, well, no, because Phoenix Wright never loses. You don't lose as the main character.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan,
But yeah, he's talking, about the ancestors and stuff, I know. So wait, did he just fucking cast a curse on the Ouchi family?
will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
I thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world.
I took the greases from the pork chop and made it into a gravy with flour and butter with spices. Now, was it quick mixing flour? Quick mix flour, like in the blue tall container? Because that's what my dad uses, and that's what I've used for making a ruse in the past.
But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. No, just flour with water, Leviathan says. A new future of laws awaits. But what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi. Yes? After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. Dots. I understand, Your Excellency.
What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
In you, I sense... How could I put it? Je ne sais quoi, an unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you can carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty.
Oh, damn, the roof is leaking. Sakura petals again.
This happens all the time here in Japan. This court is now adjourned.
Oh, yeah. Poor Ouchie. 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants Antechamber 5. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Dude, I would be getting wasted that night. I'd be drinking so much, I'd go get the most expensive meal I could. Holy shit.
Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was definitely... It was a mystery voice, to be fair. Should I just follow through? I'm following through.
Congratulations to both of you for proving...
Okay. Whew. Tough crowd. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. How's that?
Ah, your trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much! Oh, I will do a Hulk Hogan voice for someone.
You better believe it, brother.
If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. I know, we already saw this earlier. Speaking of Mikotoba...
Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend.
Good friend? Is that code? Oh man, this guy's mustache is making a lot more sense now. Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it?
Yes, I found him on the Grinder bulletin board. That's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's where you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly.
Flavor Saver, the mustache.
In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. And what a hospital it was.
Oh, you worked together?
I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? He actually fucking used it in the courtroom to, like, wind slice the prosecutor's fucking hair off.
Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go.
Dude, it just always points forward. That's cheating.
And cuts down anything that's in my way.
Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. Jay over here is fucking posting putt-putt memes in my chat.
That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
Oh, what do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all.
She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Dots. Josiah Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not?
I don't know who this is. It's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Oh, it's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Inspector Hosonaga?
It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate...
But what's all this about consular jurisdiction?
We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan.
What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice?
A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard.
By somewhere far away, he means Shanghai. Which is probably under British rule at this point.
But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it?
Again, remember we thought maybe she's a noblewoman.
Something strange is going on. Dots.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan because she has diplomatic immunity. Yeah, because she's a noblewoman. Like a duchess or a duke's daughter. Maybe somebody in a royal family. I don't know if the game's going to go there.
I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along, and there was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it.
The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously.
Shit, she does get to suck dick and get away from murder, apparently.
Dots. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But, Professor...
You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, mate, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
You're a detective, Hosonaga-san. Aren't you?
Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course! La Carnival's food is second to none!
I shall go and attend the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yes. Thank you. She's obviously very well learned and read, and is good at reports and... That's true. And he did go to school in England, so she would know English naturally.
So Josiah Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson.
Something tells me the final court case in this game, we'll see Josiah Brett again. She'll get her comeuppance. Kazuma, what does your headband tell you?
Yes, Ryunosuke?
Just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today.
Ah! I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though.
Oh, your skills made the difference, though, and I should really read these names before I read what they're saying. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something's kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer. Not me.
What? Come on, be serious.
If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean.
Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you.
That's the point.
Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? What the fuck do you mean, Kazuma?
Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win?
Knowledge of the law? I say it's a good suit.
No, the ability to believe.
This fucking line with his goddamn headband, this is too much for me to handle, boys. Give this man some blue hair, slap some horns on him, I would be proud to call this Akure. Lack of a gag reflex, Cliff Island says. No, that's when you're found guilty in a foreign land. To believe? To believe what?
A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it?
I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone.
You know, guys, I actually have a quick little interesting insight on this, and it's not really an insight, it's just a little thing to mention, but I want him to finish his speech first for him, though.
Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person.
Believing in your client. I mean, it's easy when your fucking client is you, and you know you didn't do it.
Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me.
Well, I guess I did believe in him. How could you not with that fucking headband? Well,
You faced seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma. No, okay, for real though, the fact that his headband is constantly always blowing, but his hair is like still, this is something that I would put into a game for like as like a fucking joke. Some beautiful bastard made sure this made it into the final cut of the game, and I love it.
Dots. There's something I want to ask you, actually. Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me.
My wife is already smiling. This sounds serious. What is...
Ryunosuke, will you marry...
You're still here, aren't you?
Oh,
Inspector Osanaga.
I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. I'll be right there.
Did they have rickshaws in Japan? I don't know. I always seen it in like Chinese related stuff. I don't fucking know shit.
Let's pick up this conversation again later. In a more private setting. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory.
And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget it. Right foot.
Oh yes, that too.
I don't know how her name is pronounced, by the way, Cody Cat. They haven't said it. The only voice acting these games have is objection! Hold it! So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikutoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Not you, Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. Offended even in my memory. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through the trial. But more importantly, Kazuma had... Wait, what flash? Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize, there was a flash there, just how much it would change my life. Fiend. Or as they say in Canada, El Endo. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Oh wait, hold on. Damn it, this fucking game. Because okay. Rika's already mentioned that I keep saying the great detective instead of the great attorney. And that's because this game is totally making references to fucking Sherlock Holmes, who's the great detective. And things that reference Sherlock Holmes usually call themselves the great detective or something of the great detective. I mean, there's like the great mouse detective. Like, as an example, you know, with Ratigan, who, by the way, is a really cool player to play in that Villainous game from Disney, the board game. Anyway. Does it say episode? Oh, it's because of the reset thing. Probably fucked it all up. Okay. Anyway, one of the Sherlock Holmes stories is the adventure of... Okay, first off. Okay, so I already mentioned the name is a reference to Sherlock Holmes. But Sherlock Holmes stories are typically called The Adventure of the Blank. Like, they're all like short stories and stuff. And there's one that I believe is called The Adventure of the Speckled Band. And it deals with like a snake. Like an assassination with a snake that's going through like an air vent into like another room and stuff. And so, of course, this next chapter is going to be a reference to that in some way. Also, we know from the preview that there's a Sherlock Holmes type character in here called like Herlock Sholmes or something like that. All right, let's see here what we've been given by Cody Cat. Let's investigate, boys. What does this say? What does this say? Susato-san, who acted as Professor Mikutoba. Okay, no, yeah, there was a weird little like graphical glitch there. Yeah, it was a graphical glitch. Also, goddamn, I hate my voice. I think, brothers, I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of the stream to mask how much my voice sucks. No, I'm okay. We're okay. My wife's already kicking me out of bed for doing that. Kind of spooky, but not really. No, that explains it perfectly. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to geek out there because I haven't. Okay, full disclosure, boys. I'm not a nerd or a geek because I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart and studious enough. I'm not obsessed enough. I'm a dork. But as a dork, I have read most of the Sherlock Holmes stories. There are a few that I have not, and that's because they're hard to get a hold of legally outside of United Kingdom, because there's like 4 or 6 Sherlock Holmes stories that are only allowed to be published in United Kingdom. It's like, I don't know. It's a thing, I guess. But most of the stories I have read. And it's one of the things that got me excited for this game, because I really do like Sherlock Holmes. I also, if you're not Sherlock Holmes ain't your thing, because, you know, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was kind of a stupid dumbass. He really was. He's proof that you can make a character smarter than you are when you're an author. God, that guy is an idiot. But Sherlock Holmes and his stories, they're good. But also, Hercule Poirot by Agatha Christie. Those are some good stories. Good stories. Anyway, regardless, thank you guys for watching. Should probably be on the ending thing. I can't believe I got another follow tonight. That was fucking epic by Ruby JP. Murder on the Orient Express, as Leviathan has pointed out. That's a really good one. That one has Hercule in it. That's a good one. I haven't watched any of the movies for it. But the story, it's fucking good. Of course, she also wrote 10 Little Indians, which is also called 10 Little Soldiers, which is also called fuck, what's it called? Shit. The one where they're on the island. The UNON. Yeah, and then there were not, thank you so much. Okay. It's 10 Little Indians, also known as 10 Little Soldiers, also known as And Then There Were None. That one does not feature Hercule Poirot, who, by the way, I fucking love Hercule Poirot. He's so cool. His name starts with an H, by the way, but that's not how you pronounce it. Because he's from, not Luxembourg, not Dutch, Belgium. Thank you so much. Yes, he's from Belgium, and he has kind of like a French name and all that stuff. Anyway, this story doesn't have it, And Then There Was None, but it's really good. If you watch the movie, it has a different ending, and the ending in the book is better, but it doesn't translate well to movie, but the book's really good. Check out that one. There's references to it everywhere, including Toho. That's right, Flandra Scarlet. She has her music and her spells have references to that book. It's cool. Anyway, I am done being a complete dork in front of you. Leviathan, Cody Cat, Reika, Ruby JP, thanks for joining the stream and following. It really does fucking help a lot. Everybody else, if you're watching, throw me a follow. If you're not following yet on Twitch, I'm getting really close now to having affiliate, and that's going to give me some more chutzpah on this program. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, throw me a subscription. In fact, why not do both? I do multi-stream, YouTube and Twitch. I try. Kind of sometimes gives me maybe some more technical problems than I should have. That could be the case. Regardless, no matter who you are, where you are, whenever the hell you're watching. Seriously, guys, thanks for watching. We're making eye contact right here because I want you to know that I need you to stay safe out there and that I love you. Because we all deserve some love. Goodbye.